Hi Army! On May 3, 2026, an unforgettable moment swept across the global fanbase as Park Jimin, known worldwide simply as Jimin of BTS, once again proved why he remains one of the most captivating performers of this generation. What began as a routine stop during the Arirang Tour in El Paso quickly transformed into a viral phenomenon that ignited social media platforms, fan communities, and entertainment headlines across continents. The moment Jimin stepped onto the stage, the energy in the arena shifted dramatically. Fans who had been eagerly waiting were suddenly met with a presence so powerful, so refined, and so visually striking that it sent waves of excitement through millions watching both live and online. Witnesses described the atmosphere as electric. As the lights dimmed and the music began to rise, anticipation filled every corner of the venue. Then as Jimin appeared, dressed in a sleek and effortlessly stylish outfit that highlighted his signature elegance, the crowd erupted. It wasn't just applause, it was a roar, a collective reaction that seemed to echo far beyond the walls of the arena. Clips of the moment spread like wildfire. Within minutes, hashtags related to Jimin began trending globally. Fans flooded platforms with comments expressing disbelief at his visuals, calling him ethereal, unreal, and beyond perfection. For many, it wasn't just about appearance, it was about presence. Jimin has long been known for his ability to command attention without saying a word, and in El Paso that ability reached new heights. Observers noted how every movement he made, every step, every glance, every subtle expression felt intentional and magnetic. His stage charisma blended seamlessly with his natural charm, creating a performance that felt both intimate and grand at the same time. Even during moments of stillness, Jimin managed to hold the audience completely captivated. Fans who attended the event later shared their experiences, describing how the energy in the room was almost overwhelming. Some admitted they couldn't even record properly because they were too stunned by what they were witnessing. Others said it felt like time slowed down the moment Jimin made eye contact with the crowd. What made this moment particularly impactful was how it resonated beyond the physical audience. Livestream viewers and those watching shared clips online experienced the same sense of awe. The phrase 651 million army in chaos quickly became a symbolic way of expressing just how massive the reaction was. While the number itself reflects the immense global fanbase, the sentiment behind it was clear. Jimin had once again captured the world's attention in a way only he can. Fashion experts also weighed in, praising his look for its balance between sophistication and modern flair. Stylists pointed out how his outfit complemented his physique and enhanced his stage presence without overpowering it. It was a reminder that Jimin isn't just a performer, he's a trendsetter whose influence extends into the world of fashion and culture. But beyond the visuals, what truly stood out was the emotional connection he maintained with fans. Throughout the performance, Jimin made deliberate efforts to engage with the audience, smiling, waving, and acknowledging their presence in ways that felt genuine and heartfelt. This connection is something that has defined his career and continues to strengthen the bond between him and ARMY worldwide. Industry insiders have often described Jimin as an artist who understands the power of subtlety. Rather than relying solely on grand gestures, he uses nuance, small details that when combined create a powerful overall impact. In El Paso, this approach was on full display, reminding everyone why he remains one of the most respected performers in the industry. As the night continued, the excitement didn't fade. Instead, it grew stronger with each passing moment. Fans continued to cheer, chant, and celebrate, fully aware that they were witnessing something special. By the end of the performance, it was clear that this wasn't just another tour stop. It was a defining moment that would be remembered for years to come. Back online, the reaction showed no signs of slowing down. Fan edits, reaction videos, and commentary flooded timelines. Media outlets quickly picked up the story, highlighting how a single appearance by Jimin had managed to dominate global conversations within hours. Analysts pointed to this as further proof of BTS's enduring influence and Jimin's individual star power. What sets Jimin apart, many say, is his ability to evolve while staying true to himself. Over the years, he has continuously refined his artistry, exploring new styles and pushing creative boundaries. Yet despite this evolution, he has maintained the authenticity that fans fell in love with from the beginning. The El Paso moment serves as a perfect example of this balance. It showcased not only his growth as an artist but also the timeless qualities that make him so beloved. Confidence, elegance, and emotional depth, all of these elements came together to create a performance that felt both fresh and familiar. As ARMY reflects on that unforgettable night, one thing becomes clear. Moments like these are more than just performances, they are shared experiences that bring millions of people together. Whether in the arena or watching from across the world, fans felt connected through a single powerful moment. And as the Arirang Tour continues, expectations are higher than ever. If El Paso is any indication, Jimin is not just meeting those expectations, he's redefining them. For now, the world continues to talk about that night, that entrance, and that undeniable presence. Because when Jimin steps onto a stage, it's never just a performance, it's an event. And on May 3, 2026, in El Paso, it was a moment that truly made 651 million ARMY feel the same thing all at once. Absolute awe. The impact of that night did not end when the lights dimmed or when Park Jimin stepped off the stage. In fact, for many fans that was only the beginning. Across different time zones, ARMY continued to relive the moment, replaying clips, sharing reactions, and analyzing every second of his appearance during the Arirang Tour stop. Within hours, fan communities dedicated to BTS were overflowing with discussions. Some focused on Jimin's expressions, breaking down how a single glance or smile could trigger such intense emotional responses. Others examined his stage presence, noting how he balances precision with spontaneity, never appearing rigid, yet always in complete control. What stood out most to many observers was the way Jimin commanded attention without overwhelming the audience. His performance didn't rely on excessive effects or distractions. Instead, it was driven by his natural charisma, refined technique, and deep understanding of performance as an art form. Experts in the entertainment industry often describe this as stage ownership, a quality that cannot be taught, only developed through experience and authenticity. And Jimin has both. Reports from backstage revealed that he spent hours perfecting even the smallest details before stepping onto the stage that night. From adjusting choreography timing to ensuring his expressions matched the emotional tone of each segment, his dedication was evident. Staff members described him as focused but calm, someone who understands the weight of expectations yet carries it with quiet confidence. Fans quickly picked up on this dedication. Many pointed out that what makes Jimin so compelling is not just his talent but his consistency. No matter the city, the size of the crowd, or the pressure of global attention, he delivers performances that feel personal and genuine. As clips continued to circulate online, several moments became particularly iconic. One clip showed Jimin pausing briefly during the performance, taking in the crowd before offering a soft smile. That simple gesture alone sparked thousands of comments, with fans describing it as heart-stopping and unforgettable. Widely shared moment captured his interaction with fans near the stage. Even from a distance, viewers could sense the connection he was building, acknowledging fans with subtle gestures that made each person feel seen. It's this ability to create intimacy in a large-scale setting that sets him apart from many performers. Media outlets soon began referring to the event as a turning point within the tour, emphasizing how the El Paso performance elevated the overall narrative of the Arirang Tour. Analysts noted that while every stop had been successful, this particular night carried a unique energy that resonated more broadly. The phrase "global frenzy" became a common headline description, reflecting just how widespread the reaction was. From Asia to Europe to the Americas, fans shared a unified sentiment. Jimin had delivered something extraordinary. Fashion critics continued their praise as well, highlighting how his styling choices contributed to the overall impact. Rather than opting for overly extravagant designs, his look emphasized clean lines and subtle details, allowing his natural presence to remain the focal point. This approach reinforced his image as both a performer and a style icon. Meanwhile, longtime fans reflected on his journey, noting how far he has come since debut. Many expressed a sense of pride, watching him evolve into an artist who not only meets expectations but consistently surpasses them. New fans, on the other hand, found themselves drawn in by this very moment, discovering Jimin for the first time and immediately understanding his appeal. The ripple effect extended beyond the fandom. Casual viewers and even those unfamiliar with BTS began engaging with the content, intrigued by the sheer scale of the reaction. It wasn't just about popularity, it was about impact. Industry professionals often talk about defining moments, those rare instances when an artist captures the attention of the world in a way that feels both organic and undeniable. For Jimin, the El Paso performance is now being recognized as one of those moments. As discussions continued, one recurring theme emerged: authenticity. Fans repeatedly emphasized how Jimin remains true to himself despite global fame. Whether through his performances, interactions, or overall demeanor, there is a sincerity that resonates deeply with audiences. This authenticity is perhaps the key to understanding why moments like this have such a powerful effect. It's not just about what he does on stage, it's about how it makes people feel. Looking ahead, anticipation for the remaining tour dates has reached new heights. Fans are eager to see how Jimin will continue to evolve, what new elements he might introduce, and how each performance will build upon the last. If El Paso is any indication, the journey is far from over, and the best may still be yet to come. For now, ARMY continues to celebrate, replay, and cherish that unforgettable night. Because in a world filled with constant noise and endless content, it takes something truly special to capture collective attention on such a massive scale. And once again, Jimin has done exactly that. As the days passed, the momentum from that unforgettable night in El Paso showed no signs of slowing down. In fact, the influence of Park Jimin only seemed to grow stronger, extending far beyond the stage and into global culture, media, and fan-driven creativity. Across platforms, fan-made content reached new levels of detail and artistry. Editors slowed down clips to capture micro-expressions, those fleeting moments where Jimin's eyes, smile, or posture conveyed layers of emotion without a single word. These edits were not just popular, they became a form of analysis, almost like visual essays dedicated to understanding what makes him so captivating. Within the broader community of BTS supporters, conversations evolved into deeper reflections. Fans began discussing not just the performance itself, but the emotional resonance behind it. Many described how Jimin's presence created a sense of comfort and connection, even through a screen. Others spoke about how his dedication inspired them in their own lives, whether in art, studies, or personal growth. One particularly viral discussion centered on what fans call the Jimin paradox. It's the idea that he can appear both incredibly powerful and remarkably gentle at the same time. On stage, he commands attention with confidence and precision. Yet in quieter moments, there is a softness that makes him feel approachable and real. This duality is rare, and it's a key part of what keeps audiences so deeply engaged. Meanwhile, industry commentators began examining the broader implications of the El Paso moment. In an entertainment landscape driven by trends and rapid turnover, sustaining global attention is a challenge. Yet Jimin continues to do so with consistency. Analysts pointed out that his appeal isn't tied to a single style or era. Instead, it evolves while maintaining a strong core identity. This adaptability was clearly visible during the Arirang Tour performance. Every element from his movements to his expressions felt current and refined, yet unmistakably Jimin. It's a balance that many artists strive for but few achieve at this level. Another key factor discussed was his emotional intelligence as a performer. Observers noted how he seems to intuitively understand the mood of the audience, adjusting his energy accordingly. In high-intensity moments, he amplifies the excitement. In quieter segments, he allows space for reflection. This dynamic interaction creates a performance that feels alive, constantly shifting and responding. Fans who attended the El Paso show continued to share personal stories, adding new layers to the narrative. Some described locking eyes with him, even briefly, and feeling an overwhelming sense of connection. Others spoke about the collective energy of the crowd, how thousands of individuals, each with their own stories, came together in a shared experience centered around one artist. These stories quickly spread, reinforcing the idea that what happened in El Paso wasn't just a performance, it was a moment of unity. Outside the fandom, cultural commentators also took notice. Articles began to appear analyzing how artists like Jimin are redefining global stardom. Unlike traditional models of celebrity, which often rely on distance and exclusivity, Jimin's appeal is rooted in relatability and emotional openness. He doesn't just perform for fans, he engages with them, creating a sense of mutual presence. This shift is significant, especially in a digital age where audiences seek authenticity. Jimin's ability to maintain that authenticity while operating on a global scale is one of his greatest strengths. As the Arirang Tour continued to move forward, anticipation reached a new peak. Each upcoming stop carried the weight of expectations set by El Paso. Fans began wondering, would the next performance surpass it, or would it offer something entirely different? Insiders hinted that Jimin is always looking to refine and evolve, suggesting that no two performances are ever exactly the same. This unpredictability adds another layer of excitement, ensuring that each show feels unique. Back in El Paso, the aftermath of the event left a lasting impression on the local community as well. Businesses near the venue reported increased activity, and the city briefly became a focal point for global attention. For many residents, it was a reminder of the cultural reach and influence of artists like Jimin and BTS. Even weeks later, references to that night continued to appear in fan conversations, media coverage, and online trends. It had become a benchmark, a moment that future performances would inevitably be compared to. At the heart of it all is a simple truth: Jimin has mastered the art of connection. Whether through a powerful dance sequence, a subtle expression, or a single glance, he creates moments that resonate deeply with people around the world. These moments don't fade quickly, they linger, replayed and remembered long after the performance ends, and so the story continues. As millions of ARMY reflect on what they witnessed on May 3, 2026, one thing is certain: this is not the peak, it's part of an ongoing journey. A journey defined by growth, artistry, and an unbreakable bond between an artist and his fans. Because when Park Jimin steps onto a stage, the world doesn't just watch, it feels.